It's Nikki. Welcome to a brand new series, which is all about me answering your questions. So I haven't opened up the questions here, but if you do have a question, feel free to link it down below and I will do a video on it. But over the years, I have gathered the questions that have come at the end of my speaking gigs. I often do Q&A where I can interact with the audience, the people there, and we can have a good old chat and figure some stuff out. And so it may be useful, I thought, to answer some of those questions and have them as videos that you can revisit as and when you like. So the first question today is what or how do you, let me start that again. The question today is, how do you know what support you need? So over the years, I've spoken to many small businesses, many freelancers, creatives, big ideas people who have this sense of, do I need a coach? Do I need a mentor? Do I need a course? And certainly in the world of the internet, where everything can feel a little bit overwhelming, it can be really hard to know what you need. So I've got some pointers here which may be helpful. The first thing is you have to know what result you want. And notice I haven't started with budget or money or anything like that, because there will always be lots of different price points. And I think sometimes this pressure to spend thousands of pounds on something, it might not even be that. How often have we gone, I just read this book and it changed my life, and I just bought it for $7.99 and that was it. So getting clear on the result that you want is really important. So a way to do this is to think about what your wish list would look like. What are your outcomes that you want to have? So what you can end up doing is ticking those things off. Otherwise, what happens is that you're just buying from a point of, oh, that looks interesting, or that looks fun, or let me just have a little look, or I like what they've done in their business. Maybe if I did this 50 quid course, I will get the same results too. It's unlikely that it will just be one thing. And I think that I know that you are the common denominator in your business. And so you have to spend time in that moment of really understanding what you want, what you need. So that's step number one. Step number two, I'm reading here. What are you missing? Now, this is a really good one to do in terms of one of those spider diagrams. So feel free to get all your colored papers out, or pens or rulers, however you like to do this. Asking yourself what you're missing means often having a really honest conversation with yourself. And also knowing that you are completely normal for not being able to naturally do everything. I think this pressure or this sense that, well, I've just started my business and now I know how to automatically ace all the different departments that you would have as like a big company, I think it's complete nonsense. There will be things that you are naturally good at, but there will also be things that you will need support with, as we all do, especially if we want to get better or if we want to make big strides really quickly. We have to know how we operate and where those gaps are. So some of the things that I will look at are, I will look at, what do I need to learn? What's really missing? So it might be something practical, it might be something like technological, it might be a system, it might be a way of doing things, etc. Sometimes I'm looking for inspiration. Sometimes that's the gap that's missing for me, where I need to be around people who are going to go, come on, Nikki, let's go. Let's do this thing. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need understanding. There have definitely been times where my friends and family haven't well, they've had very different lives, I guess, to what I have been working on. And rightly so, like your friends and family shouldn't give you everything that you need. So sometimes I've needed people in similar industries or in similar situations to say, let's go, this is how we do it, etc. So that's been really good to know that sometimes I just need that community. Sometimes I need that sense of other people doing it at the same time. Maybe also it's an accountability thing for you that's missing, where you maybe are one of those people, hello, that might be me sometimes, where I have loads of ideas, I start things and I need help to complete them. I need help for consistency. I need help to actually get things off the ground. Or maybe it's something in your personality that you need, that you're missing. Maybe it's a confidence boost. Maybe it's somebody supporting you to learn a new skill, whatever it might be. That's a really juicy spider diagram because it helps you identify what's going on, who you are in terms of your skill set, but also what you need. The third and final thing I want to share today is, what is the flavor that you need right now? I remember when Oscar was about 6 months and I knew that I needed to take my business to another level, not necessarily like higher and bigger and brighter because I hadn't slept for 6 months. So I definitely wasn't in that energetic space, but I did need somebody to help me work smarter. And one person that I had one of those sort of clarity calls with was like, what time does the baby get up? I was like, the baby gets up all the time, but maybe for the day, the baby gets up at 5. He was like, great, you need to get up at 4. And then I sort of didn't feel like I could say, well, the baby had also been up at 3:30 and 2 and 12 and 10 and etc. And that energy, that flavor for me was definitely not the right thing at that time. I was like, oh no, because that person was going to need a certain level of discipline that because of my circumstances, I didn't feel like I could give, because I also wanted to go all in. So if my baby decided to wake up at a certain time and that's when I was supposed to be doing the discipline thing, it would have just been too much at that time. So asking yourself, what flavor do you require, will help you to get the right person for you, will help you to feel that you can be in a safe space where you feel held, where you feel like you're being looked after and taken care of and listened to. I think that's really important. I think so many coaches, mentors, like they have a track that they want you to join, like jump on the track, let's go, come and join me on this thing. And that isn't the right thing for everybody. Some people need to be met where they are. Some people need a different timeline, a different flavor, a different way of doing things. Maybe that's you. Maybe that's me. I definitely work in that way because I know that I need that as the coachee as well. So I hope that has helped you. I guess a final little bonus thing is really thinking about how you work best. Is it an online course? Is it one-to-one sessions? Again, this may depend on your budget because obviously one-to-one tends to be more expensive than a digital course. Not always, but this is about really being clear about how you can make your money work for you. And there was definitely a time where I ended up spending lots of little small amounts because I didn't feel that I was ready, or I don't know, I probably had lots of things about that where I didn't feel like I felt safe enough to put that big chunk of money into something. So I'd end up doing lots of like 29 courses, $9 courses, 97, and kind of playing around until it got to that point where I was like, I need something more here. I need to go deeper. Being in a room or an online room of 2,000 people is not the one for me right now. I need to change things up. But also, I think it's about being aware, and I think you know it yourself when it's time to do that thing. And also being really aware of, are you actually going to do the thing? Because there's no point spending your money. Like, that's not the point. When people talk about investing, like, investing is the thing that you need to do. There's no point investing your money unless you're going to do the work. And that is really crucial to remind you, because the salespeople will say, just invest and the rest will follow. And I completely disagree. Like, we could all go and spend thousands of pounds, probably not, but like, we could go and buy 6 sofas today. But if we weren't going to sit on the sofas, we weren't going to reap the benefits from them. Unless we're going to lie down and watch telly all day and enjoy it for what it was and do the work of sitting on the sofa, it's pointless. So think about your budget. A final one. How many points is this story? Ask yourself, what do you need to sell in order to make that investment? And that has been one of the things that has made the process really safe for me to be able to do. Knowing that if I spent this money, I would get it back. And it would be it would be a business expense. It would be a way that I was investing in myself and my business. And sometimes that was me getting time back. Sometimes that would mean that I could take on more people. Sometimes it meant doing something now, and then I would notice that my profits would go up. It's sometimes a time just to do those numbers. Sit down, do the numbers, work out what you need, work out what you need to sell. And sometimes it's a case of working out what you don't need and taking other things off the table, saying no to things, saying yes to things, because you know where you're going and you are in support of your goal, your vision. That's it for today. I thought it was only going to be 3 points. I think I've given you about 19. So that's it. Send your questions. I would love to answer them. Anything I can help with, please let me know. Go to my Work With Me page, nickyraby.com/work with me. And I'll see you very soon. Lots of love.